Hello, everybody. It is the Giant Bomb Community Tournament. Yeah,
That
welcome
dude's
back,
banning someone
friends.
now.
It's nice to see you. Yeah. All right, fantastic. Today we have Dotes Force 5 versus 90s Nyxtape. We'll remember 90s Nyxtape from playing a few days ago and winning basically all their matches. Dotes Force 5 is actually made up of a bunch of the Giant Bomb moderators from the forum, including P-Seg, Sparkly Kiss, and a few others. So I know that Dotes Force 5 happens to be like
Radiant
a bunch
team
of
ban.
more newish players, so hopefully we'll see still a fun, entertaining game from Dotes Force 5 here today. All right, so the first picks and bans coming out. We have a Faceless
Dire team
Void banned by
ban.
the Dire from Dotes Force, and we have a Sniper being banned by 90s Nyxtape. I guess they're scared of the terror of the noob pub scene. Sniper, to be fair, Sniper is just absolutely a nightmare to deal with these days.
The
Headshot,
green
just you
team's
can't do
banning
anything about it.
someone now.
BKB doesn't do anything. It's a physical stun, so it knocks you out of anything. It's a nightmare. I don't mind a sniper ban. Pudge banned from Dotes Force 5. I don't think we've seen a single Pudge pick throughout this entire tournament, but hey, that's fine. You know, if Dendy happened to be playing for Nyxtape
5
today, I
seconds
would
remaining.
completely agree with the Pudge ban. I don't believe Dendy is standing
Reserve
in
time.
today, but regardless, I think a
Dire
fine
team
ban.
pick.
We see 90s Nyxtape banning out the Doom. Of course, always a good ban. And a first pick Death Prophet. Prophet.
Radiant team
A
pick.
first pick Death Prophet from Dotes Force 5. I believe that's overall an okay first pick. We've seen a lot of Death Prophet in this tournament, and we've rarely seen it work out, unfortunately. Because I have said this in previous casts, so I apologize if you have watched my previous casts. She depends on her level 6 or level 7, depending how you're playing her. If you can't get her to level 6 or 7, then she becomes food in the worst way possible. And your early push strat
5
goes out the
seconds remaining.
window. I think it's a risky pick, but it can work. I really like that pick from 90s
Radiant team
Nyxtape.
pick.
Viper is just so hard to deal with, especially with a Death Prophet. That means I don't think that Dotes Force 5 should pick anything like a Tinker because, like, I mean, even if you hit him with a rocket, you're still
Dire
getting
team
the.
pick.
Oh my god. Okay. I'll talk about this in a
That
second.
dude's
You're still
banning
getting the
someone
corrosive
now.
skin, so it means your Blink Dagger is going to be canceled. So a lot of Blink heroes have a really hard time against Viper. And we're also going to see Shadow Shaman picked up by 90s Nyxtape. Viper and Shadow Shaman is a pretty strong combination. Viper's right clicks are just absolutely deadly, especially when he gets a significant number of points in poison
Radiant
attack.
team ban.
Next up, we see a Ricky coming out from Dotes Force 5. This is starting to look a lot like a pub match, and especially with the ban of the Bloodseeker. I'd assume this isn't going to be a professional quality game, which is fine. I really don't mind, but this is going to prove to be entertaining. I feel as though Death Prophet and
5
Ricky are
seconds
two
remaining.
heroes of whom, if you shut them down early, they become worthless. Ricky's
Reserve
Cloud
time.
of Silence is good, I guess, but he really relies on his backstab and his invisibility. So I feel like if 90s Nyxtape doesn't want to deal with the BS of a Ricky, they're just going to pick up a Slardar or a Bounty Hunter. The Bloodseeker makes sense as a ban for me now because if Ricky gets below below 25% with invisibility, they'll be able to see him. So I think that's an okay ban, but I feel like Slardar is far scarier, so I hope that'll be their next ban. Besides, I think if you're going to pick a Ricky, you may as well
Dire
pick
team
Ricky near
ban.
the end because he's never going to get banned. And in that case, like if that happens, then you're never going to have to deal with the consequences because he can be your last pick and they won't have time to actually counterpick you. But so Dotes Force 5, if you're listening to this, that's just a piece of advice. I know you guys are a bit newer, but again, we're going to probably be seeing some kind of Slardar or
5
Bounty Hunter
seconds
ban
remaining.
here. Leshrac is banned out by 90s Nyxtape. Oh my god, why'd they ban the Ursa?
The
But anyways,
green team's
Leshrac is
banning
banned out
someone
by
now.
90s Nyxtape, and I think that's probably good. They're afraid of early push, and Leshrac is a really good early push with his Diabolic Edict. You get that Diabolic Edict to level 3 or 4 pretty early, and then towers just melt so long as there's no creeps there. With a Death Prophet alt, that just means a tower goes with 1 push. No question.
5 seconds
I feel like
remaining.
the next band they're going to pick up here is probably going to be something like a Pugna, another strong early pusher, an Enigma if
Reserve
they
time.
decide to do a jungler who can push really early. Other really good pushers, Lycan is still in the pool for some reason, and this is a dire team, so I feel as though Lycan would be a good ban, but no, they go for the Potom instead.
Radiant team pick.
Princess of the Moon is a pretty good ban. They just don't want to deal with invisibility, I suppose, because you have Ricky and you have a Potom ult, then you're never going to see those guys. They're just going to be off the map forever. Just give me one moment. I'm going to have a sip of this water bottle. Excuse me, very unprofessional, but whatever. It's a giant bomb stream. I think we expect some form of unprofessionality. So out of 90s Nyxtape, I'm expecting a Slardar pick. Bristleback. I think every game that we've seen from 90s Nyxtape, we've seen the Bristleback.
Zeus.
Oh my god.
Radiant team
All right.
pick.
Anyways, the Bristleback has been an absolute nightmare for all the teams they've been playing against, so I think it's a fine pick. The player is good, and Bristleback has worked well for them in the past. All of the heroes on Dote's Force 5, the Dire team here, are fairly squishy, so Bristleback gets a couple stacks of nasal goo on whoever he wants to chase, and like 3 quill sprays, and they're gonna die. It's no question. There's not really any good escapability from a Death Prophet or Zeus. Ricky can obviously jump to creeps. Very good pick here, Abaddon. Sorry. I really like that. But yeah, they're just so squishy. Zeus, I don't know how this is going to be run. I suppose we could see a support Zeus, but I think support Zeus is kind of trash, in my opinion. I don't think he serves well. What Dote's Force 5 needs right now, more than anything, is a stun or some kind of crowd control. I think Lion would be an extremely good pickup for them right now. If they wanted to do a carry Tiny, I believe that'd be good. Jakiro, they are going for some early push,
Radiant
but they
team
are
banned.
extremely squishy, and I don't think they have the damage output to kill an Abaddon and a Bristleback. Abaddon, I don't know. Either way, you know who I'm talking about. The ghostly guy who just talks in whispers. I'm not getting behind Dote's Force 5's
5 seconds remaining.
draft very much. I feel as though they are good heroes individually, but there's very little synergy. Death Prophet and Jakiro, if you get early levels of Liquid Fire, and if you... I think with early levels of Liquid Fire and a Death Prophet ultimate, sure, you can absolutely start pushing towers fast, and that's a great thing, but there's no tank. You have no front line who can run up there and take all of the damage. I think they would benefit maybe even from a Timber Saw, but no, because I feel like Ricky needs the off lane. Boy, this is tough. I actually think Ursa could have been a pretty good pick for them, because you can jungle an Ursa, I suppose, and he would be tanky enough. Rubik.
Dire
A
team
Rubik
banned.
band coming out of Nice Nyxtape. Maybe they're going to be picking up some kind of team fighter. It looks like we're still looking potentially for a safe lane carry out of 90s Nyxtape, unless this is a carry Abaddon, in which case, I don't know. They could be picking up anything right now. They could be picking up a secondary
5
support.
seconds
They could
remaining.
be picking up a jungler. Regardless, Rubik just makes me feel like they're picking up something
Radiant
heavy.
team pick.
Juggernaut banned out by Dote's Force 5. I don't think Juggernaut really does that well with this team. I mean, Juggernaut would be a fan... Well, actually, Juggernaut would be okay, because if you get an Omni Slash on any of these heroes, they're just gonna explode. I think 90s Nyxtape has a pretty good team lineup right now. They're synergized quite well. Whereas if we look at the Dire, there's only one crowd control spell on the
5
entire team.
seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
they don't have any slow other than the Zeus Lightning Bolt.
Reserve time.
But the only stun they have is Jakiro Ice Path. So I mean that's not incredibly reliable because it has like a second cast time. So if you miss it, the animation is super obvious. If anybody on 90s Nyxtape sees that animation
5
happening, they're just going to
seconds
run to the
remaining.
left or to the right, or up and down. Depends where he is in relation to you. Ooh.
Crystal Maiden.
Dire team pick.
Oh no. Okay. Spectre is a fantastic pick here. So this is a support Abaddon. Abaddon? Abadabadabdoobadon. It's fine. So Blackmore is the carry player, of course, and Spectre, I think, is a really, really strong pick because all of these heroes are so squishy on 90s Nyxtape. There isn't a single strength hero that can just be a frontline runner and take an assault. Oh, I'm sorry, Dotes Force 5, I think your draft, unfortunately, is very rough. I feel like as though the Crystal Maiden, she will be able to help out her team with her Arcane Aura, especially as Zeus. I don't believe Jakiro really benefits that much from it. His int is okay, Death Prophet as well. Ricky, he's not using his spells that much other than Silence, so I think Crystal Maiden
5 seconds
is a
remaining.
bad pick. They needed some kind of really hard carry that could bring them through the entire game as a tank. But regardless, let's talk about these teams. Oh, that is a beautiful picture. So we have Karmic on the Abaddon, who is Abaddon? I don't know. I'll just start saying it, and then whatever comes out, comes out. So yes, we have Karmic on the support Abaddon, Undone Bahamut on the mid Viper, we have John Bordelin on the offlane Bristleback yet again, we have Blackmore on your Spectre, and we have No Daddy No on the Shadow Shaman with an early smoke, so it looks like he wants to be ganking. If we look at the Dire side team on Dotes Force 5, we have Pat VB on the Jakiro, we have Peace Egg on the Crystal Maiden, famed moderator on the Giant Bomb community forums. We have Sparkly Kiss, another moderator on the Giant Bomb forums, playing the mid Death Prophet with an interesting build, Boots First. I don't know if I can get behind that, but I mean, if you want to get away from that, Vipers, sure. And up top, we have Zeus being played by Final Daza, and Ricky being played by Ozone, so I guess this is a support Zeus with no regen and a teleport scroll. Unfortunately, I see a distinct skill disparity between these two, considering it looks like no one on the Dire side really wants to block their creeps. They're all standing at the towers. Like, if we look here, they're standing at the towers. If we look here, they're standing at the tower. And if we look here, they're standing at the tower. I mean, this dance they are doing is absolutely beautiful, but it's not going to give them any kind of advantage in their lane. There's a double damage here that the Abaddon is just creeping on. You could very easily get a kill in this lane, especially because they're going to be a tri-lane versus a dual lane, which is a Jakiro Crystal Maiden lane. Those are two very squishy heroes, and as soon as Shadow Shaman shackles one of them, they're dead. So we see here the Bristleback getting a good block, and we see here the Dotes Force 5 getting no block on their safe lane. So this Ricky is going to be having a hell of a time. He has a hell of a time against a Bristleback anyways, because Bristleback just has an easy time against melee carries. Melee carries have to... Oh no. Is this auto-attacking? Oh no. Okay, let's take a look at this kill. This is going to be the Crystal Maiden going down immediately. As I said, they just get an immediate shackle off on the Shadow Shaman, and the Crystal Maiden just melts. The Jakiro, too scared to even be in lane, backs up. He does have some kind of regeneration. I think that's okay. Crystal Maiden has some regeneration as well, and a ward that she never actually placed. And it looks like Radiant side was actually expecting a ward right here, and placed a sentry just in anticipation of this. Oh, and Zeus is completely out of mana. If we look at this, he has 30 mana, his skill costs 65, and that was... okay. I feel as though... I've watched a lot of Purge from many years ago, and I feel like this is similar to one of those Purge casts pub games where I should just be talking shit about everybody's builds. I think Ricky's build is okay. It looks like he's going for an early Aquila. I think that's an okay item on Ricky. I don't think it's fantastic. I don't think he really needs it. Like, the armor will be good for him, especially against this Bristleback, but he doesn't really need the mana regen because they have a Crystal Maiden on the team. Obviously, she doesn't have her Arcane Aura level 1 because that's just a poor choice. You need the Frostbite. I've seen some people go Crystal Nova, and I think that's just a bad choice, but yeah, the Frostbite, and oh my, look at this. They are not even approaching the Spectre, who is just getting unadulterated free farm. 7 last hits, 2 minutes. I mean, it's not it's not perfect, obviously, but you know what? It's good. There's 12 last hits on the Viper, actually. I'm actually that's pretty impressive. That's pretty good. That's like almost every last hit, I believe. If not every last hit. I don't know, someone will have to correct me on that. If we look on the Dire side in terms of last hits, the most is 3 on the Zeus, and he's been using his entire mana pool in order to get these last hits. Because Zeus's animation for last hitting, if I'm honest, is pretty crappy. He also does no damage. Let's take a look at our mid here. The mid Death Prophet has 2 last hits. I believe her build is fine, but she might die to the Viper right now. If Viper wanted to, he could just dive her, and he would be absolutely fine. But why did it show me Spectre? Here we are. 2 points of Nether Toxin, I think, is actually pretty strong. I feel as though Poison Attack is a little stronger. This is still an aggressive build. I think we're going to be seeing more Poison Attack coming out of this Viper. Look at this. He's just able to harass her right down. If he so desires, he's going to dive this. No, he has a regen rune. I feel like he could have died that, and he does have boots. Regardless, this Jakiro is just throwing out ice paths like they don't even matter. This Crystal Maiden is still level 1, and he's just throwing out a liquid fire to be harassing. That's pretty cool. Abaddon, whoa, what was that ward? That is a very strange ward, and we're going to see Crystal Maiden die again. I believe Crystal Maiden is still, yeah, she's still level 1. So, this is going to be a rough game for Dote's Force 5. Between having a poor draft and generally having a rough time with their play, I think this Bristleback might just get a kill if he so desires, but he doesn't pursue. He could have, but he just chose not to. The Jakiro is... oh, Null Talisman. That's an interesting choice. I would have gone Boots before Null Talisman if I was Jakiro, but hey, that's just me. Looks like we're going to be seeing an early Trums. Oh, we saw the Bristleback did get a kill on that Zeus. That's not too surprising. Bristleback actually doesn't have that much mana, regen on him, so he doesn't have a salve or anything. The Riki, I'm surprised that neither Zeus or Riki got a magic stick, because there is this Bristleback who's going to be spamming his quills all the time. Oh, the Riki is going to man up on this Bristleback. Oh, I think if he manned up a little more, he probably could have gotten a kill, but now he's in return. Riki, oh Riki, goodbye. Goodbye, my friend. And in the bottom lane, we see Jakiro still throwing out ice paths, just like they're nothing. In the middle lane, we're going to see the Viper kill the Death Prophet with a double damage rune. Not too surprising. The Viper does a shit ton of damage, and... wow, goodbye, Crystal Maiden. What level are you now? Level 2. That's double what she was earlier. And she didn't go for the Arcane Aura. Instead, she opted to go for Crystal Nova, despite the fact that she can cast both of these skills once, and then she's completely out of mana. Interesting choice. The Viper is dominating mid lane, the Spectre is dominating the safe lane, and the Bristleback is absolutely dominating his off lane. The Riki is roaming for some reason, so we're left with the Zeus here, who's just gonna die, I believe. No, I guess his boots will save him. He has 312 move speed on the Bristleback and 345 on the Zeus, so yeah, pursuing is tough unless you have the goo on the Zeus, but I don't have faith that a Zeus would survive a pursuit from a Bristleback. As evidenced here. Actually, they are going to kill the Bristleback here. Yes, the Bristleback is dead. He had no creeps. He was taking all of the tower damage. So there we are. The first kill on the side of Dote's Force 5 goes the way of Zeus. I don't know what item he's going to go for, but I think, yeah, I mean, he has $600. He has 600 gold. He can spend that however he wants. We have pings coming out here from the Shadow Shaman. Not overly sure what he's pinging. Perhaps he thinks there's going to be another ward set up here. Yeah, unfortunately, he'd be wrong. There's an illusion rune sitting up here for the Viper, who I'm sure is going to get it. He's going for an early mech on this Viper. I think that's a strong pick. He's probably the best mech carrier on the team beside Abaddon. And... oh, Dote's Force 5, you guys. I'm so sorry. The two farmers... oh no, the Death Prophet died in mid again. And the Riki died up top. Look at that, I'm not catching any of these kills. They just happen too fast for me. Oh, I think I'm going to catch this one though. If he manages his tower aggro. Yeah, there he goes. He's just going to kill... oh my god. Oh my god, kills happening everywhere, but let's catch this one at least. Oh my god, they both went down. The Zeus died to... or sorry, the Bristleback died to creeps. Because Zeus managed to get one last Q off. He got one of the, what are they called? Arc Lightning. Oh, Crystal Maiden. Goodbye. Rest in peace, my friend. You are gone. Unfortunately, I feel as though this is just an unmanageable game for Dote's Force 5 at this point. They are being completely destroyed in every lane. We still don't have a level 6 on this Death Prophet. As I've said, on multiple games where Death Prophet is picked early, if she doesn't get her 6, she is useless to the team. She can't gank. She can't kill. Oh, she's just gonna die right now. Goodbye, Death Prophet. Rest in peace. Riki has gotten his 6. I'm actually pretty happy with that for him. He is the only one on Dire Team to have his 6. So Ozone here is currently the most important member of this team, but he doesn't have boots. He is instead pursuing his Aquila over everything else. I'm gonna say that's a bad choice. Just straight up, I don't think that's a good choice in any way. I think boots would do you far better, especially as soon as these guys get detection and they use dust, because your move speed is going to be slower than a turtle. Viper could be pushing mid lane right now, but I don't think he has enough creeps to really get it. He's going to get this haste ring, and likely going to kill this top lane, despite the fact that this main already has died, and the Zeus is going to fall shortly thereafter. So he's going to hold on to this haste rune. He can use it however he wants, and he can get a kill on absolutely any of the Dota Force 5 heroes. They're all so squishy that even if Dota Force 5 has 4 of them there, I think the Viper could kill all of them. We're going to see this Dota Force 5 Dire Side top tower, excuse me, burping, just fall this push. Very easy. They have a catapult, and they have 2 heroes, and they're cutting. Crystal Maiden is walking that way, but she's not going to do anything. Glyph coming out, but I think it's completely worthless. Death Prophet has resorted to jungling. This is a very unfortunate situation for Dota Force 5. The Death Prophet does have her 6. I assume she took Ghost. She did. She only has 2 levels of Witchcraft, so I don't really think it's that valuable. Oh wow, that is a spectacular courier. I never noticed that they had that. I should actually be paying attention to this though. The Jakiro dying to the Viper. And as I said, I feel as though Viper can kill absolutely anyone on this team. If they had vision, oh they do have vision now. If he had a shackle, that'd be a very dead Ricky, but unfortunately for Team Nyx, he's just gonna run. So he does actually have boots. I was wrong. He's not going for an Aquila. He was going for Tranquils. I think that is actually a pretty smart pickup on the Ricky. A lot of people like to go Treads for the extra tank ability, but I feel as though with the amount of damage coming out from 90's Nyxtape,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Excuse me. My throat is acting up all kinds. But if we see a kill attempt coming out on the Ricky by 90's Nyxtape, and he manages to get away, he can just heal up and come right back in if his team is able to do enough damage. The Crystal Maiden did die to a Bristleback solo. I think his Zeus is going to die as well, but I'd rather look at this fight that's about to happen here. The Ghosts were spammed, and I believe the Death Prophet is just going to die to the right section of the Viper. The Ghosts just don't do enough right now. I believe that was a manual cast of the Abaddon ult there.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The Bristleback does manage to kill, and in the meantime, we see bottom tower fall to wards. I really, really don't want to look at the gold draft, despite the fact that it's probably going to be really nice to look at, because it's just going to be a steep... Oh my god, I didn't even see where that happened. Where did that happen? I was right here. Oh my god, watch this. If the Viper gets vision here, the Viper can just carry a gem. There is a sentry right here for the Radiant. He's going to kill this Ricky. No question. No question. Nope. There's a question.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Anyways, the Spectre, what is she building? She already has a Diffusal Blade at 10 minutes in. Oh boy. So as soon as she hits her ult, all of the members of Dota Force 5 are going to lose most of their mana pool, and this is a problem considering most of them are int heroes. Crystal Maiden, Zeus, Jakiro are all int heroes, and Death Prophet heavily relies on her mana pool. So this is a rough one-sided game. If we look at hero levels, I'm not ordering this by team, by the way. See, look here, XP per minute, we actually do have Ricky above some other people. Oh, no, he's slowly falling, but... Zeus does have 1 kill to his name. I guess that is one way they are not totally getting destroyed. Zeus... Oh, he has more current gold on him, never mind. Let's take a look at what the Spectre's going to do. Nothing, apparently. I feel like as though he could have gone on that. Well, as I said, that stun coming out of the Jakiro. Animation is very obvious and very easy to dodge. The Jakiro's going to fall here. He is their only stun, so... Oh no, the Ghosts were popped, and she's immediately going to die. Ghosts are on cooldown for 110 seconds. They can't use that. Oh, this Ricky is going to fall as well. I think if he manned up against the Spectre, he would have killed him, and he could have gotten a follow-up kill on the Shadow Shaman, but he chose to run away instead, and I think that was a very poor choice. Sure, he was waiting for his fade time, which is a pretty long time. 3 seconds, he wouldn't have survived anyways. It would have been good to at least get kills against the enemy team, especially the Spectre, who was just balling out of control, similar to one Dave Lang. See Viper with another haste rune. Again, oh, he does have his mech, and he's going for an Ag Scepter. This is, of course, a build that a lot of professionals like to use. I think it's a spectacular build, because you can just man up, you can run up, you can mech, you can keep yourself alive, and then you can just use your Viper Strike every, 60 seconds with Ag Scepter, something like that? I honestly can't remember. Scepter cooldown, 12 seconds? Jesus Christ. Oh my god, now I completely understand why it's gotten. I never play Viper, but that's terrifying. We're going to see 2 kills up here. It's a guarantee. The Bristleback and the Viper with a mech versus the Death Prophet with brown boots and a bottle and the Crystal Maiden with wards and the stash and boots. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Here he goes. Oh, watch how much he's dead. Oh no. And the Spectre is actually going to come up to kill the Death Prophet. Sparkly Kiss, rest in peace, my friend. I'm sorry. I know you must be new to this game, and this must be an absolutely terrifying experience for you. Jakiro is... Oh, I was going to say Jakiro's doing a proper build in terms of skills, but this is terrible.
Dire's middle tower
I
is
do
under
agree
attack.
with Liquid Fire, putting emphasis on the Liquid Fire. That's great. But putting 2 levels into Ice Path
Dire's
is a
middle
terrible
tower
choice.
has fallen.
Sorry, I know I missed this tower going down. I did see it on the mini-map. The wards were used, etc. But I want to talk about this Jakiro build some more. I play a lot of Jakiro. If we were to look at... Here, for the stream's sake, look at this. I'm going to look just to prove it that I'm not talking shit. Jakiro is my most successful hero. I'm going to say this from experience. Liquid Fire is his best skill. Absolutely. Having it on autocast at this point is fine because it's not the laning phase anymore. You don't care about where it's being pushed to, or you don't care about creep equilibrium at this point. But the Ice Path stun duration going up by 0.4 seconds is not worth it. You're getting so much more out of Dual Breath. You're getting the burn damage, you're getting the movement slow, and you're getting the attack slow. When combined with the Liquid Fire slows, the attack slow and the burn damage is absolutely just... It's explosive. So I personally put 1 point into Ice Path for the utility, and then max out Liquid Fire, followed by maxing out Dual Breath, getting Macro Pyre if needed. But... he's using this thing as though it's his only skill, and I think that is a big mistake. So, Jakiro, if you're watching this as a replay or something, please take that to heart. We see Ghost pop by Sparkly Kiss here, pop way up here. I think we're actually going to see the Ricky die. There was a sentry placed, and he's dead. Death Prophet going in, just doesn't care. Going to fall immediately. Crystal Maiden going in immediately after. She's going to fall also. Zeus popping his ult very late. Oh, the Macro Power was picked up. I think that was an okay choice for this fight, but they're gonna get a team wipe, and I believe, without a doubt, this is gonna be GG from Team Dotes Force 5. There is no way they can come back from this, unfortunately. The wards were used. This is gonna be a free Rax. I mean, Dotes Force 5 is low level enough that they're already back in the game, but they don't have Ghosts, which is most of their damage right now, and they don't have Zeus ult, which is also a lot of damage. These guys are going to walk in, and they're just going to be destroyed. Watch Viper here. 3 right clicks from Viper killed the Crystal Maiden, and a Zap from Shadow Shaman destroyed the Ricky's walking in, he's going to be destroyed. This is a massacre. There is no other word for this. This is an absolute massacre. Zeus is going to fall to Bristleback. Oh no, Bristleback's going to fall to the tower? No, he's going to be earned up, but the the Zeus instead is going to fall to the Spectre. He's technically going to fall to the Viper, but I think that was just from Viper burn, poison damage, but... This game is extremely over for Dotes Force 5, but they want to fight it out to the bitter end. Watch Crystal Maiden fight it. Yeah, goodbye, lady.
3 dudes? Impossible.
I feel as though if 90s Nyxtape were benevolent gods, they would just push mid and end the misery right now.
Where did I put my
But
grave
unfortunately, I
dancing
feel as
shoes?
though the Spectre just wants to get as much farm as possible. That is a 16.5-minute Diffusal Manta coming out of the Spectre. That's pretty rough. Oh boy, no, they are looking to have absolute dominance in this game. Ugh. I don't know. Why were the ghosts popped? If someone in the chat could explain to me why the ghosts were popped at this point, I would love an explanation, because at this exact moment, I don't understand. The ghosts are doing nothing for you here, and then they're going to be on cooldown for the next 100 seconds. Oh my. Level 1 ghosts don't even last that long. Like, they're already done. Look at that. She popped it, what, 15 seconds ago? I think someone should let Dotes Force 5 know that if they hit GG, this game could be over right now. Because if they don't know that, oh no. Goodbye, Death Prophet. You're gonna get defused and you're just gonna die.
My
What's the urn?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't have anything much else to say about this
Dire's
game.
bottom tower
I don't know if
is
you
under
guys watched
attack.
the iLeague games in which Dota Capitalist was casting, and most of the times it was stomps because it was professional teams playing amateur teams. And one of the comments you would hear out of him is that these are stomps, and I wish the other teams would just know when to GG. Because at this point, casting it makes no difference. We know that Dire Team is going to die. Like, the Death Prophet is going to walk in here. She's going to have a bit of confidence. She's going to wait for her ghost to be up. And Sparkly Kiss is just going to absolutely nope.
Bad Dude's top racks is getting minced.
Unfortunately, we're going to lose another set of racks here,
Dude's
and
racks is now officially
frankly,
burger
well,
meat.
I mean, they do still have the second
Dire's
tier
top
2 here,
barracks is
or
full.
the last tier 2 here, I should say. So they can't immediately push bottom, but we're going to see another death here. We're going to see... Oh, actually, are we going to see the...
Bottom tower
Whoa.
is under
Wait,
attack.
oh, I didn't see it in the Orchid. That must be a new
This
pickup.
is totally harshing
We're
by
gonna-
Mellow.
Shasha with no mana comes in just to hex the Death Prophet. And wow, that was one right click from the Spectre. That was two right clicks from the Spectre.
That's a twofer.
Oh no, the Ghosts have come out. We see a buyback from Zeus, who does not have an ult.
Bad Dude's
The
middle tower
Ricky
has
is dusted, he's gonna die. Everybody's gonna die. Please, please, Nyx, end it.
Dire's
End
middle
the
tower is
misery.
under attack.
This is a 19-minute game, and this looks like something we should be seeing at 45 minutes in with the Spectre. Oh no! Please, please have some. Oh, that was a rampage for the Spectre at 19 minutes in. Oh my god.
Tower is under attack. Hey, forget
Please,
about it.
have some mercy. No, no mercy. These guys are EE Sama incarnate. The Death Prophet's gonna run in. She wants to throw out her Crypt Swarm. She wants to kill them. The Ricky wants to get a kill. Please, Ricky, do it! Ricky, do it! Oh,
It's full. Evil
the
Dude's
Shadow
basic
Shaman, the
game.
squishiest hero on Team 98 is not wonderful. This is fountain farming at this point. We're watching fountain farming in a tournament game.
Is under attack.
Oh, and here comes the GG. Finally. Thank you. Thank you. This was an extremely one-sided game, and I believe, unfortunately, this game was over from the draft. Dotes Force 5 tried. They got 3 kills. Now, one of those was to creeps on the Bristleback, but I believe we need to implement some kind of mercy rule in these tournaments. Bristleback was the biggest feeder on 90s Nyxtape. I am facepalming. I am so sorry, Dotes Force 5. I know you're a new team, and this is a humbling experience for you. I wish you the best of luck with the rest of the tournament. I will be playing in the tournament, and I will be sure to have a bit of mercy where 90s Nyxtape did not. So, thank you for watching this. We're going to have 2 more games tonight. I will be casting all of them. Whether or not I have a co-caster, we'll see. Thank you for watching, and I will be putting up the stream again pretty soon. Thanks for watching, and talk to you guys soon.